Brent Faiyaz Icon album review. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We got a pretty good episode for y'all today. We got Brent Faiyaz. I've been waiting to do this album. I've been listening to this album for like 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably been a while. It's probably the only project that I've been listening to consistently throughout the whole entire weekend. I've even added it to my personal playlist. So, yeah, I've been checking out this album, and now I'm ready to finally, just talk about every single track off of it. This is actually a pretty short-ass album, I will be honest with y'all. Icon is only 30 minutes in my opinion, so that's pretty good. This album, though, actually does got a couple of bonus tracks on it. So the bonus tracks are Full Moon and One For You. And I've actually been listening to those on my free time, my personal time, because when those songs came out initially, there was other stuff that I was checking out. So I was just kind of like, all right, I'm just going to kind of put these on my personal playlist. I'll check them out. But now that they're actually on the whole entire album, I'll actually review those too. So we got a couple of bonus tracks to check out also. So it's a good time that I waited this long. So that's pretty awesome. Before I start every single album review, I do want to go over the criteria, the rules of what we do here. So I'm going to go over 3 initial points of how I feel about the album. And then we're going to move on and talk about every single track off the album. We're going to rate every single track 1 out of 5, and then at the end of the review, I will give my overall opinion and then my final score. And my final score is 1 out of 10. So let's just talk about this album. Brent Faiyaz overall has been one of my favorite R&B artists, and this is probably my first, R&B album review of the year. I will be honest with you. I don't know if I'll be doing any more of these, but I do like when I do get the opportunity, I do like I'm able to do this. I don't know if Bruno Mars is going to count as that. I think the Bruno Mars album that's coming out on, tomorrow, that's probably going to be a pop album, so I'm not even going to count that in this category. But this right here is, honestly, probably one of the more traditional R&B projects that I've reviewed on this show, which is kind of crazy to me to say, but I think when you can do this sound well, when you can actually take older elements of R&B, take those 90s elements, take those 2000 elements, and actually, make some good ass music out of it, I'm always going to give praise to that, so I do enjoy that. And I will say, R&B is one of my favorite genres that I've, ever listened to. It's one of my favorite genres. I'm a little biased towards it because it is my favorite, but I really do like R&B music. I listen to it probably on the daily basis of my fucking life. I will be honest with y'all. So, first point, let's get into the instrumentals. The instrumentals off this album, Icon, are really fucking good. The synths on here, the moments where you have those 90s synths, those 90s R&B elements, and then you got it mixed in with those nice drums. There's even a guitar solo on this album, which is really cool. I really do like your live instrumentation kind of mixed in with, I'm gonna be real with y'all. There is some Michael Jackson 80s elements that are kind of baked into this album too, which I do enjoy. So overall, all the different sounds on here actually sound really fucking good. And probably the most dynamic, most better sounding of a Brent Faiyaz sound that I've heard. Usually with a Brent Faiyaz, song or album, it's usually that kind of trap soul kind of R&B. It's not this kind of traditional R&B that I'm listening to on this new album by Brent Faiyaz. So that's kind of crazy. I didn't expect this sound, but this is the sound that I've always wanted Brent Faiyaz to kind of, do. And we're finally getting it this year, so that's pretty fucking cool. At this point, we might as well go over my favorite tracks off this album. I will say my favorites off this album, off bat, is going to have to be Strangers. I think Strangers is a really good track. And then Pure Fantasies, the next one. I will put the bonus ones. The bonus ones, they can also be in the favorites too. It's in that category. And then also another favorite is definitely going to be Butterflies. So that's definitely, on that list too. Those are my favorites off this album. Those are the tracks that I constantly replay, have a really good time listening to. So overall, those are probably my favorites off this whole entire album. Next point is going to be the vocals on here. I think the vocals are absolutely fantastic. The singing on here is probably some of the best from Brent Faiyaz that I've definitely heard. I really like the vocals, the flow, the overall vibe that we're getting off this album. I think it really fits it. You know, there's even, which is kind of crazy to say, but there is, you know, those kind of love lyric elements that are in it. So I'd say overall, I really do love the elements on this album. The vocals on here are some of the best that I've heard from Brent Faiyaz, and this is definitely a good fitting sound. Hopefully, you know, you get more of this, or you even get, you know, a deeper, you know, because even the heartbreak stuff, there's some heartbreak music on here, and even that is just really fucking good. So vocals are definitely top notch from Brent Faiyaz. I love the sound on here. I love the different flows that happen. So overall, in my opinion, Brent Faiyaz killed it with the vocals on here. It's one of my favorites off this album. So let's move on now. Now let's go over every single track. I'm going to rate it 1 out of 5. There is 12 songs, 39 minutes long. Let's get into it. Starting off with the intro track, White Noise. This is just an instrumental. There's no vocals on here. There's nothing that really sets it that apart. It is just a single-ass intro. It's just live instrumentation. Now, moving on now to track number 2 is Wrong Faces. This has a really good hook. I enjoy the hook on here, and I do like the guitar instrumental. Sounds really good. The backing vocals, too, are some of the best. This is an easy 4 out of 5. Track number 3, Have To. I really do like the hook. It does kind of take some time to get into this track, but once you get into it, you know, there's some really cool jazz elements that are kind of baked into this one, so that's an easy 4 out of 5. Track number 4, Butterflies. This one's an easy 5 out of 5, just because, you know, the initial song is really good, the vocals are really good, but then you get that switch up, and that switch up just really sets this, you know, song apart. So it's an easy 5 out of 5, my favorite track off this album. Next track is Other Side. This one, I don't really enjoy that much. I don't really spin this one that much back, just because the hook is a little too, you know, higher pitched, so I don't really enjoy it that much, so it's an easy 3 out of 5. Strangers is track number 6. Strangers is a really cool heartbreak track. The vocals are overall really nice, sound really good. I overall really enjoy it. It's an easy 5 out of 5, and the hook is really, you know, the hook gets stuck in your head pretty good. So, I overall really enjoy it. Track number 7, World Is Yours. I think the vocal switch up on this one here, and also the guitar instrumental and the guitar solo, is really cool R&B elements baked into this one. That one's an easy 5 out of 5. 4 Seasons is track number 8. Next track is definitely going to be Pure Fantasy. This one also is an easy 5 out of 5. Really enjoy this track. Track number 10, Vanilla Sky. Really good track too. That's an easy 5 out of 5. Full Moon. This track right here came out first. Really enjoyed the hook off this one. Easy 5 out of 5. 12, One For You. This track I've also spinned over and over and over again. An easy 5 out of 5. So overall, we talk about the Brent Faiyaz album, Icon. Really like the sound on here. Really like how Brent Faiyaz comes on this entire fucking album. Overall, it's just a really good R&B project. I'd easily give this whole entire album an easy 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And I'll see y'all later. You have a good one. Yeah, guys.